In the early hours of October 13th, 2011, an emergency call jolts Keller, Texas, awake. A wealthy suburban neighborhood full of safe streets and McMansions suddenly finds itself the stage for a brutal crime. At 4:40 a.m., Michelle Williams calls 911 claiming an intruder has broken in and shot her husband, Greg Williams, dead in their lavish home.
911, where is the emergency? Oh my God, somebody was in the house. I got hit really hard. You were hit in the head?
Police race to the scene expecting a burglary gone wrong. Instead, they find a chillingly neat crime scene. Greg lying shot in bed, his handgun nearby, cash untouched, and a disoriented wife with a mark on her face claiming she was attacked. This perfect neighborhood now hides a mystery that will unravel into one of Texas's most bizarre true crime cases. Michelle Williams wasn't new to chaos. By 17, she had her first child. 2 more followed from 2 failed marriages. Her exes called her a cheater. She accused them of cheating on her. She killed fish in retaliation, tried to poison a dog, got fired for stealing, bounced between dental work, telemarketing, stripping, always hustling to stay afloat. Then, in 2007, she met Greg Williams, a wealthy IT entrepreneur twice divorced himself. They connected on a BDSM dating site, and soon she was living in an $800,000 house, with matching cars, a pool, and a frozen yogurt shop Greg bought her to keep her busy. But Michelle's habit of chaos didn't stop. Rumours swirled about affairs, including an incident where Greg's brother-in-law Bryn found Michelle naked in an attic. Greg loved the excitement. Michelle loved the lifestyle. 3 years into the marriage, the picture-perfect facade would shatter. Michelle tells police she woke to a booming sound, crept down the hallway, and was struck in the face by a man in dark clothing. She claims she fled back to the bedroom and found Greg shot dead, a handgun on the floor nearby. She describes a masked male intruder, but gives little else. Investigators immediately sense something's off. There's no forced entry, no valuables missing. The murder weapon is Greg's own gun, and Michelle herself has only a minor injury. The story of an intruder just doesn't fit the scene. Yet without evidence to the contrary, police can only press on.
Don't add up. You had nothing to do with it? You didn't try to cover up the scene, move the gun or anything, touch the gun, touch the wrench, or anything of that nature?
No, I did not touch anything. I had nothing to do with whatever happened in there.
You either did it yourself or something. So you need to tell me. If he self-inflicted it, you need to tell me. I mean, this is it. I don't, we're getting wits in. You've got to be honest with Michelle. If he did it and you covered it up, just tell me. Either his is self-inflicted and you covered it up, or there's potential that you may have been involved.
I did not hurt my husband, and he did not hurt himself.
Okay.
There was a man in my house.
All I have is what I have. That's all I can say. One of the 2 things will happen. One of those 2 things, Michelle.
I did not.
Okay. And again,
You won't find that out because I didn't do anything to my husband.
As police dig deeper, Michelle points fingers at Greg's first wife, Kathy, and even mentions her own 2 military veteran sons as potential suspects. But no evidence places anyone else at the scene. CCTV shows no one entering or leaving the house. Forensic evidence suggests the attack on Michelle may have been staged. When pressed, she admits to cleaning the crime scene, wiping Greg's hands and moving items, claiming she wanted to protect her daughter from seeing a messy scene.
We called the K-9 from Bedford out to see if there was any scent of an intruder.
But after hours of questioning, Williams changed her story.
Went into the room and found him dead, and then she proceeded to clean up some things.
Then she changes her story again. Greg wasn't murdered at all. He killed himself. Police are left with a moving target. Murder or suicide, intruder or cover-up. Autopsy reports destroy the suicide theory. Greg had been shot from about a foot away and had a large dose of sleeping pills in his system. Their young daughter, the only other person home, slept through it all but was never tested for drugs. Meanwhile, financial motives emerge. The couple was about to buy a $4 million home using suspiciously altered loan documents. Greg had an $850,000 life insurance policy, which Michelle wouldn't be able to collect if it was ruled suicide. Police start seeing a picture of a woman who had everything to gain by staging a murder. Yet, with no fingerprints, no DNA, and Michelle's claim she cleaned up, prosecutors have only circumstantial evidence. Michelle is arrested in January 2012 for murder, evidence tampering, and filing a false police report. Her bond is reduced, and she's out within a week. While awaiting trial, she reinvents herself again, running a kettlebell fitness business with her son's best friend, 15 years younger, now also her boyfriend. She claims to be pregnant with twins, and prosecutors delay her prison reporting until after she gives birth. GPS monitoring later shows she never once visited a doctor and even removed her ankle bracelet to go out stripping. The pregnancy, almost certainly fake. The picture of a manipulative black widow starts hardening. At the same time, another death in her orbit resurfaces. Greg's best friend and brother-in-law Bryn, who supposedly died by suicide under murky circumstances in 2010, with Michelle inserting herself oddly into the aftermath. Facing a weak but persistent case, Michelle initially pleads guilty to tampering with evidence and deadly conduct, expecting 18 years but hoping to be out on parole within 5.
With a plea deal, I'm looking at a couple of years before I'm out for parole. And they say, if you make first parole, I'll make first parole. I'm walking a straight line. Anything they tell me to do, I'm going to do it. It's a set, guaranteed time for this terrible nightmare to end. If I win, yeah, I win big. But it's a gamble. It's a huge gamble. I'm scared to death. I'm devastated.
Hey, how are you?
I'm trying. Sorry. It's okay.
But in a disastrous move, she gives a national TV interview to 48 Hours, denying she killed Greg and implying someone else did.
Treated me like a queen. He was the most amazing father to Michaela.
Did you murder your husband, Greg?
No, I did not.
Who shot Greg?
I have my assumptions, and that person is letting me sit here.
How long do you think you will spend in prison?
A couple of years. If I went to trial with not having the representation that I feel I needed on this case, I could lose the case and go away for 50 to 100 years.
Her plea deal is revoked. Now she faces a full trial for murder. Prosecutors lay out a simple, devastating narrative. Michelle drugged Greg, shot him as he lay in bed, staged the scene, and changed her stories to dodge accountability. Her defense clings to the suicide theory, steroids, money stress, Bryn's death. But the medical examiner's testimony crushes it. The jury deliberates and returns a verdict. Guilty of murder, Michelle Williams is sentenced to 60 years in prison. Michelle's web of lies, intruder, suicide, pregnancy, shifting blame, collapses. Her fake pregnancy stunt enraged prosecutors. Her TV interview sealed her fate. The life insurance money is denied. Greg's family gets no real answers about Bryn's suspicious death, but at least sees Michelle held accountable for Greg's murder. In court, prosecutors describe her as a manipulative woman who saw her husband as a bank account and obstacle. The judge notes her constant story changes as proof of guilt. Michelle now serves her sentence in Texas, no parole in sight. Her story stands as a cautionary tale. You can only reinvent yourself so many times before the truth catches up.